All right, so number 5 on my list. This is where we start getting into the really good ones. It is the Lamborghini Murcielago.
Yo, bitch, she's so thirsty. I'm in my 2-seat Lambo. Okay, anyways, yeah.
All right. So, that aside, the Murcielago was the 2000s hip-hop car.
Mm-hmm.
It is a quintessential sports car in the sense that all the rappers of the time bought this thing, put massive 20-inch wheels on it, did the whole nonsense, and burnt out transmissions left and right.
As they would say, they threw some D's on that bitch.
Yes. It was a monster of a car. V12, gated 6-speed, absolute beauty.
Yeah.
It had the bat wings that came out the side as active aerodynamics. Awesome looking car. So many different versions of it over the years. LP640s, everything else. This was, as much as I love the Countach and as much as I love the Diablo and wanted to get them on this list, this was the Lamborghini. This was the flagship Lamborghini in my mind that was the most influential growing up.
When we came of age and we could start buying our own cars, yes. I'll give you that.
Yeah, the Diablo was more of a presence on the early side of it, and
Yes.
the Diablo is a beast of a car, but the Diablo is, I don't like to word it this way, but a Chrysler abortion. That was very much when Chrysler owned the company, and it looked great for the time, and it performed okay for the time, but it very much was Chrysler trying to do what they thought they could do, and it didn't go well.
And you could say the exact same thing about the Dodge Viper.
I completely forgot about the Dodge Viper, and frankly, it probably should be on this list, but I've made the list and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and I've changed this list 25 times, and I've just added something to it because you've reminded me. But you're right, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, beautiful, well done. It's not reliable, but it's close.
It's a Lamborghini. It can't be reliable by default.
But this is when Volkswagen owned the company.
No.
That's right. That's the Aventador, not the Aventador. What was the one in between the Murcielago and the Aventador?
There was none.
Was it the Aventador next?
Yeah. You're thinking the Gallardo, which is not
That's
the
what-
flagship car. That's under. But this is when CVC Capital owned the company. I believe. No. This is when Daimler owned it.
Which all German cars, in my opinion, are the exact same. So as far as I'm concerned.
But this is the problem with Italian supercars. Not one Italian supercar is owned by an Italian company.
Well, didn't Pininfarina make the chassis of the Ferrari, but it's owned by Ferrari?
No, Pininfarina made the bodies.
That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah.
They
made
were the
chassis.
stylists of, but that has nothing to do with it. Ferrari is owned by Fiat.
But
Fiat is owned by Stellantis.
but it's only been owned by Fiat for how many years?
Since 1960 something,
Really?
when they denied Ford the opportunity to buy them.
I thought that was Enzo.
It was Enzo.
He was already owned by Fiat?
Yes.
Then why is he up everybody's ass?
You probably know this because your brain is wired this way. Ford versus Ferrari. When Lee Iacocca offered to buy Ferrari for Ford, and he said no, what year was that? Had to be in the 60s.
That was going into Le Mans. I don't know if that was the 60s. That might even been the 50s.
No, it was not the 50s. The Ford GT40 did not exist in the 50s.
So that's like 63 or something like that.
No, 67. Anyway, but that shortly after that is when they sold to Fiat because Ford wanted to buy Ferrari outright. And the reason that Enzo didn't agree is because they wouldn't guarantee that Enzo would have control over the racing team.
That's right. 66.
So they sold to the Agnellis, which is
Which is Fiat, which is Juventus, yeah. Which is an
Maserati.
abomination.
And,
Yeah.
but then Fiat ran out of money and joined with Chrysler. And then Fiat and Chrysler ran out of money and joined with two other defunct manufacturers to make Stellantis.
And then they joined with Mitsubishi. Good God.
No, they didn't join Mitsubishi.
I'm just in the 80s in North America.
Oh, I was talking to Chris about this today, actually. Because his dad had an Eagle Talon.
And my dad had the Plymouth Laser, which I almost added to this list.
Wow. The auto industry, people, is a giant clusterfuck of incest and whatever you want to call it.
I think incest is the only right word for that.
Unfortunately.
The
It
Lamborghini
is-
Mercy. Sorry,
Yes.
just as an aside, have I told you this story before where my dad, I'm 8 years old, sitting in the front seat of the Plymouth Laser. And I remember this so vividly, pointing at the speedometer going, when you hit 220, the car's going to start to shake. What?
Reminds me of Back to the Future. When we hit 88, you're going to see some shit.
It's so funny that the AMC DeLorean, like, passed 80 miles an hour.
DMC.
DMC, sorry, yeah. AMC is the movie theater.
Yes. Which you might see a DMC in an AMC.
Do I want to ask? No.
No, I'm just trying to be clever, Nick, but
You're
you were in the
hilarious.
joke, so.
We got so far sidetracked with this.
Anyway, the Lamborghini Murcielago. Beautiful car. Absolute fucking beast. I was watching, or I have a DVD, something, one of these fucking car shows. And they're talking to the guy that designed the car. So designed the body work of the car, designed the chassis, whatever. And he's very much an engineer, right? And this was in my, I need to be a vehicle designer phase, so I need to absorb all this information. And he's talking about how he designed the car, and he's a German guy, and he's very clinical in how he describes everything about designing this car. And then he goes, yeah, and then I went out on the track with Balboni, who is Lamborghini's test driver for the longest time. And Lamborghini is in
Not Modena. It's
Bologna.
There you go.
And the factory's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. So the test track, quote unquote, is the roads around the factory. Farm roads. He's driving $100,000 sports cars around these roads. He goes, yeah, I went for a drive with Balboni with one of the first Murcielagos. And I didn't say anything to him. And I'm sitting there going, if he knew anything about physics, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. Because the laws of physics state that you shouldn't be able to do what he does in these cars.
Wow.
And then you hear the guys on Top Gear talk about Lamborghinis, and it's similar things. It's, if you don't know what you're doing, they will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
If you do know what you're doing, they'll probably still kill you. Right? Where Ferraris tend to be a little bit more tame. They're fast cars. They're very good at what they do. But this is the conversation about the edge. Where is the edge? Ferraris are cars that don't find the edge. Lamborghinis are cars that always find the edge.
For better or for worse.
And I think that's part of what the aesthetic of a Lamborghini speaks to me, but also the suicidal nature of the Lamborghini speaks to me.
I get that. It inspires you, right? Mm-hmm. Because we don't find the edge often.
No. And that adrenaline feeling that we all get, that we want to strive for, is that fizz.
Mm-hmm.
What car makes you feel that way? The Murcielago.
Yeah. Growing up, that was watching Michael. That was
Yes.
that was my fizz. That was like, I know I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's your number 4 then? Unless you want anything to add.
No, the number 4, this might be a little controversial, given what I just said about the Lambo. It is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8 or 9.
I was going to say the 8 is the one that everybody loves.
Yes.
And I think I agree with that.
It is...
Good pick.
It is not a Group B car, but it is what World Rally Championship became.
Yes.
It is an absolute monster of a car in an affordable family car. This is what rallying is. 4-wheel drive, Now, it's not a proper four-wheel drive in my mind because it's a hydraulic coupling.
Explain that.
Subaru, their all-time all-wheel drive, is all four wheels all the time. It is geared. It is a mechanical coupling all the time. The Lancer is a hydraulic coupling, so it is a front-wheel drive car, and it will drive all four wheels, and the rally cars do drive all four wheels all the time, but the coupling between the front and the rear is done with hydraulics. So you have a fluid, and the shear rates of the fluid give you varying amounts of drive, and it's a very clever system. But it is, if you're driving it on the road, like if you and I were to drive it, even if we were to drive it spiritedly, it would only be using the front wheels until you really get on it. You're dragging a lot of extra weight for nothing. If I'm dragging a lot of extra weight, I want to be using it. And that's where I think the Subaru wins out. But ultimately, the Lancer is the better car, in my mind. It is an absolute monster. It is a screaming beast of a car in the package of a subcompact. Or sorry, not a subcompact, it is a compact car.
It's only 4 doors because it had to be.
Yes. This would be killer as a two-door car.
Absolutely. Gorgeous.
Absolute beast. If you put this in the hands of a Finnish rally driver, you're in for a treat. All day, every day.
What a good pull. I forgot about this car. It's
Phenomenal.
it's perfect. It's in a lot of ways it's a perfect car.
You and I both had Lancers, the 10th generation.
Yes.
I have a feeling we both bought those cars because of this car.
Yes, we did.
You had yours first, and you let me drive it, which you probably regret. And that drove me to buy mine, but ultimately it's because of that car.
If I remember correctly, though, you didn't like the spoiler.
No, mine had no spoiler,
You like the lip, which I understand.
which I didn't even have a lip. I got into an accident with my Lancer, and the guy at the body shop was like, "Oh, I have a blue wing. Do you want me to just throw it on there? We'll charge you insurance, whatever." I was like, "No, I don't want the wing. Leave it off my fucking car. I bought it without a wing for a reason."
I think it needs the whale tail, though, Sean.
I would have bought it with a whale tail. The whale tail is not what came with the 10th gen.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. God, that's beautiful. It's everything you need. I remember I moved to one of our, I don't want to say mutual friends because I don't think you considered him a friend, Charlie.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Charlie's all right.
Is he?
Why not?
I moved him in that car.
I moved here in that car.
Yeah.
I mean, it took 3 other cars to do it, but
It got a lot.
yeah, why not?
God, that's good. That's a really good pull, Sean. Yeah.
No.
It's my
Absolute
fault it's gone.
Beautiful car. I love those.
Yeah, one of my many regrets losing that car. You know why I lost it. I won't say it on here. But
Well, I lost mine for the same reason you lost yours.
no, not the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's say same circumstance. That thing went 230,000 kilometers. All I did was oil changes.
Wow.
I
To
rep-
Michigan and back how many times?
No, that's all rental cars. But 230,000 kilometers. I did brakes. I did one set of brakes at 140,000, and in that brake change, I did one caliper, and other than that, it was oil changes. Owed me absolutely nothing, and that was, I don't know, 23 grand.
I think I remember, listen, I'm sorry to say this, but if we want to cut this out, if I remember, you paid 19.8 and we paid 21.
No, I paid more than that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
This was 2009 when they were giving away cars. So when
mine was a 2010.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So you might have paid more than.
I want to say it was 23 out the door.
Maybe. We paid something stupidly cheap. I want to say 21-ish.
What it came down to me is that I went to Nissan, and the same guy that sold my dad, I don't know, 10 cars, was, obviously I went with my dad, we talked to him, and we were looking at Sentras. And the Sentra in 2010 looked like shit. It was a big, boxy grandma of a car.
And the CVT, if I remember you correctly saying,
Well-
it was like an abomination known to man.
I wasn't looking at CVTs, I was looking at manuals. And we took an SE out or something like that, like a mid-range car. And I was like, okay, whatever. It feels like a car. He's like, all right, well, you know what? This price and I want to say it was like 19.8 or something like that. This price, because of your dad, I'll get you the Spec V, which was a 6-speed, 2.5 liter, 200 and some odd horsepower, like a good car for that time, for less than 20 grand.
Not bad.
And then I drove the Lancer. I drove your Lancer, which was a 2.5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Mine was not. Mine was a 2 liter. And I was like, the Lancer feels right. Like, the Lancer felt like a car. The Sentra, even the Spec V, felt like a grandma car. Like, you were sitting too high. The position was all awkward. Like, it didn't feel like a proper car. And then I drove the Lancer. I was like, no, this is what I need.
Good pull. Good
And
memory.
I don't
Good
regret it.
Good trip down memory lane. The Lancer was a great car. I have no room for it on the list. I'd probably kick out the Mini Cooper and put that in. Looking back.
I don't think I've ever driven a Mini, so I can't comment on that. But
And I just want to give an honorable mention to the Land Rover Discovery, which you will beat me over the head and say, don't ever buy that fucking car, Nick. But it belonged on my list until just now.
don't ever buy that car unless you have money to buy that car. Which is way above the purchase price of the car.
It's not a starter car. It's a finisher car.
Yes.
That'll be the last car I buy then. If I remember correctly, the 2006 Nissan Sentra was a really good one. Spec V.
Yes, that was. I remember being at Mosport watching the Sentra Cups, the GTD cars, which are basically those. You strip out the interior, you can put an intake, you can do some suspension work on them, and they're going 4 wide through corners at Mosport.
Wow.
Rubbing paint the whole way, but nobody's crashing, nobody's spinning anybody out. That was the Sentra that I wanted.
That's it.
Yeah. Which is not what I test drove in 2010.
I know you disagree with this, but all cars need a spoiler, at least in that area.
No.
Yeah, fine.
They're absolutely useless. They serve no purpose.
I know, but they look nice.
This is where you and I differ.
Yeah.
They look nice. Me, they have no function.
Cars need a level of beauty. I would sacrifice a level of function for beauty.
No. And this is probably the undiagnosed atypical autism in me. Beauty has a place, but it's not when it overrides function.
Yeah, that does spoken like a true autist. All right. You ready for my 4 and 3?
Let's do it.
So we talked about 3. I'm putting it at 3, the Ferrari Testarossa.
Okay.
It belongs on my podium. I don't think it was ever my favorite, so it's going to be 3.
Okay.
It's a beautiful car.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know where I stand on that.
Yes, we talked about it, so there's no point in talking anymore. But we'll talk about 4 for a bit. The McLaren F1.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you were talking about cars that will kill you, and I was like, this is the number 1 car to kill people.
But it's actually one of the safest cars of its time.
Yes. However, like Top Gear talked about, if you don't pay attention,
Oh, it will bite you.
it will do something.
Yes.
On top of that, Lotus Elise, gorgeous, probably should be on my list if I took more time for this. This might be the best looking British car ever.
The McLaren?
The McLaren F1. You could say the Jaguar E-Type.
Yes.
You could say a lot of things. But look at that fucking car, dude.
No, for what it was a great looking car. Have you seen the current Gordon Murray?
No, I've never heard of that.
Gordon Murray is the one that designed the McLaren F1. He's now gone off on his own. He was involved in the fan car. Fucking Bernie Ecclestone's team, Brabham. The Brabham fan car. He was the guy that designed that. He's the guy that designed the McLaren F1. He's now designed the Gordon Murray GT whatever, which is the F1 mixed with the Brabham F1 fan car. It literally has a fan that sucks air through the diffuser.
Gordon Murray car.
Yeah.
Did I just look that up?
Yeah, look up Gordon Murray.
We're going to look that up quickly, but then we're going to re-look at the McLaren F1. Okay, yeah, that's gorgeous.
It looks like a modern version of the F1.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But look at the back of it.
Haven't seen. Yeah, we gotta see that.
Right there.
That's a Pagani Zonda.
Yeah, but that circular bit on the end is actually a fan that's pulling air through the diffuser to do exactly what the Brabham F1 car was doing.
Smart.
This is
Gorgeous.
Gordon Murray in his heyday going, fuck, I got more money than I need. And I want to say it's got a Cosworth V12 in it or some shit like that.
Nice. Those are good engines.
Yeah.
The McLaren F1 is gorgeous from the front, which is rare.
Gorgeous from the back
Oh my God, from the back.
and from the sides.
Yes. That's well said.
Yeah.
It's It's beautiful.
You know who drives one of those? Or had one?
Name your celebrity.
Mr. Bean.
That guy's
Fucking Rowan Atkinson.
that guy is a special human. Isn't he dating a former porn star now?
I don't know.
Probably.
But had a McLaren F1 and drove it on the track at speed in anger. Can you imagine the guy that played Mr. Bean is driving McLaren F1 like he means it?
I want to say this, and I learned this living in Australia, so I didn't even get the full extent of it. Unless you're the best at things, you don't brag. The British know that the best. Better than anybody.
It's a very British mentality, yes.
Yes, you are modest and quiet unless you're the best at something. So they can be...
Or if you're George Russell. Sorry,
Then it's everybody else's fault.
had
yeah.
to put it in there.
Yeah, you're correct. So yeah, he's Mr. Bean. No, he's a man of many talents.
Yes.
We just don't hear it.
Yes.
And the McLaren F1 is a gorgeous car.
You want to hear something absolutely ridiculous about that fucking car?
Go on.
It has so many checks and balances, so to get it serviced is insane. You cannot get this thing serviced. McLaren doesn't service these anymore. There is one guy who has a laptop from the 90s that runs the software that's needed to service these cars.
That's insane.
At this point, you are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to have a McLaren F1 serviced.
Okay, I live in Singapore. I have to ship this car to wherever he lives.
No. He'll come to you. You pay for him, his expenses, and the service.
That makes more sense.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars
Yeah.
to service that car. The fire extinguisher, because it has built-in fire extinguishers. You cannot purchase the material that's used in the fire extinguishers anymore. It is a CFC. It's no longer legal to purchase. So if you have one of these cars and it has the original fire extinguisher, you have to pay to retrofit it with a new fire extinguisher.
That's insane. That is insane.
The roll cage, every however many years, has to be inspected for its welds. You know what it takes to inspect the welds on the roll cage?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Tear out the entire interior. Take the body off of the frame to look at all the welds to put it back together again.
How many guys can do that? 5?
2?
5 was generous.
And how old is this car? This car's 30 years old.
1999, yeah. Not even.
Close to 30 years old. The guys that know how to do this are slowly retiring and dying.
That includes us.
We were kids when this came out.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, the youngest these guys could have been at this point that know how to do this were in their 30s. 30 years ago. So they're now 60. They're going to be 70 soon. Right? And obviously people will find ways around this. They always do. But if you want it done properly, this is the cost of doing business in this level of car.
The point I was getting is our childhood, when I said only, including us, our childhood is becoming ancient.
We are very old. But like I said, I went to see Rush last weekend. They're 72 and 73. And they're still exactly like they were. Yeah, the lead singer struggles a little bit on some of the high notes, but the fucker's 73 years old.
Yeah, you should have been retired long ago, but you can't stop.
They did 5 days in a row in Toronto. And I'm bugging him about his voice on the third day? No, I mean, you got nothing to worry about, bud.
How many peptides do you think are going in them every day? That's the question.
I mean, he's still got a full head of black hair.
Pantothenic acid.
You do you.
Vitamin B5. That's not a peptide, but that's like if you ever have a problem with your hair, just come talk to me. No, it's fine.
I mean, I've been going gray since 19, so...
No, so that won't fix gray. I'm talking about like growth. You're fine.
I don't care about growth.
Yeah, you cut it short anyway, so.
I shave it because I don't want to deal with it.
I thought like that for many years, but now I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm basically married to a black woman, but like the afro's coming back if you haven't noticed.
You do you. I'm also married to a black woman, so.
Yeah, it's well, autism and not. Well, different types of it.
My hair, if I don't do anything with my hair, it grows out like a chia pet, just straight until it's too heavy to hold itself up, and then it flops down and it gets all fucked up. So I just shave it off to not deal with it.
Just get a Japanese gardener to treat it like a bonsai tree.
And that's what we call polyamory, Nick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good God, we got to get off of Reddit. Okay. All right, so that was 4 and 3 for me. So you're on 3 and 2, right?
I am.
All right.
And I don't know how you're going to take this one, Nick, but this is an interesting one. I have a couple of caveats on this because this is kind of a production car. You can buy this from a couple of different companies.
This is interesting. Okay.
It is a Lotus Caterham McSorley Super 7.
So this is the 2012, 2013 era then.
No, this is like 1950 through 2050.
What? Okay, so this
Look
this
up
was,
Lotus Super 7.
if I'm not mistaken, they did bring it back around that time though, because when they were
It
all
has
that.
never gone away. This is the problem.
Oh, interesting. So what year though?
No, just Lotus Super 7,
So then it looks the same as it always has.
more or less. And what you're seeing there we go.
Oh, okay.
So this is the four-wheel motorcycle.
Yes.
Lotus started with it. Caterham has adopted it. McSorley is kind of the hobbyist version. If you go online and you're looking for Super 7 chassis, you're going to find the McSorley Super 7, which is someone who has taken that design and adopted it to fit all the modern features, let's say. Right? So I actually have all the drawings and everything I need to build this in my garage. I just don't have the space or the time to do it.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
But this really is the four-wheeled motorcycle. This is the epitome of Colin Chapman's add lightness, right? You start off with a very solid platform, and you take weight out. There are guys that build this with 2-liter Mazda engines, 2-liter Ford. You have some Hayabusa, like motorcycle engines.
Okay.
Gixxer engines like the 1000s. Like a 1-liter engine in this is absolutely insane because the whole package only weighs about 1,200 pounds.
Yeah. That'll get you.
A little windshield, no roof, no doors, no nothing, right? 4 wheels, an engine, a gearbox, and 2 seats. This is what a proper sports car is.
I understand where you're going with this.
And when I started building race cars in high school, right, with Coughlin and everything else, this was what we were going for.
Mm-hmm.
It is tight. It is neat. Everything is within the axles. If you want power to weight, you've got a 1-liter a 1-liter motorcycle engine with 300 horsepower and 1,200 pounds. And this is going to destroy everything out there.
Yeah. It's the most efficient you'll ever get.
Right. And this goes back to what do you need? You don't need a 5,000-pound American muscle car with 300 horsepower. No, you need a 1,200-pound space frame with a motorcycle engine in it.
Mm-hmm. This is what they surmised in Top Gear, or sorry, this was more the Grand Tour when they had the Cadillac, the Thunderbird, and the, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
On the Grand Tour. So they had a Cadillac. It was like a Cadillac DeVille, Ford Thunderbird, and what did Hammond have?
Oh, when they went to Scotland.
Yes, and then they did the Scottish car that had 70 horsepower,
Yeah.
and it kicked their ass on the track.
Yeah.
And the Cadillac DeVille was an 8-liter, 167 horsepower.
Yeah, but weighed 6,000 pounds.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
but that's what you're saying. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah,
But also on the Grand Tour, they went to Madagascar, and Hammond drove one of these.
I never saw that one.
Hammond had one of these. Clarkson had a Continental GT, and May drove one of these. Clarkson had a Continental GT, and Hammond drove a Fiesta ST, which is very Hammond.
Yes.
And as impractical as this was for Madagascar, this is a phenomenal car.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you don't want to drive one of these in Madagascar. But around a track like Mosport, holy shit. I was at Mosport and they had, I forget what the class was called, but it was basically a bunch of these and a bunch of MG Sprites and MG Midgets. These things were fucking amazing. I told you I have plans, but I don't have space or time to build one of these. I have plans for one of these with a BMW Straight 6 in it.
In that car.
Yeah. It's not a standard plan. It's a heavily modified plan that I created. But can you imagine one of these with a BMW Straight 6 out of an M3 in it?
One of us will die.
Both of us will die, and you won't even be in the car.
I've told you this before. My dream is if this podcast ever makes it big enough, we'll just have a shop and you'll just do things. And I'll be what do you call it? Helper, essentially.
Yeah, why not?
Pass you the tools.
Here, hold this and squint while I weld.
Yes. Actually, I know how to weld.
I can do it better, I guarantee you.
100% you can. I'm not saying I do it well, but I know how.
There you go. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
A little bit of knowledge.
A little bit goes a long way. Like this car.
A little bit of knowledge will get you killed.
Would you do right-hand drive or left-hand drive?
There's no reason to do right-hand drive.
Why not? Have you ever driven
Because we
right-hand?
live in fucking Canada, Nick.
Drive right-hand drive. Trust me, you'll
I have.
it feels right.
It feels right in a car that is designed for a right-hand drive car. Because it's the only fucking option.
You want to hold the car with your right hand,
No.
which is why in North America we put our arm out when we have our windows down,
No.
our left arm out.
Come up to a slightly oblique junction on the wrong side of the car.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
I'd rather not die because some fucking idiot doesn't see me coming.
That Highway 27 bridge. We've all taken, you and I have driven that a million times.
Highway 27.
In between King Vaughan and, or is it King Vaughan? I'm thinking between Highway 27 and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yes.
a million times.
I've gone through there many times far too fast.
Way too fast.
But on the right side of the car, which is the left.
In my Nissan Juke. That was your number 3? That was very controversial. Because that's ahead of the Testarossa and that's ahead of the Lamborghini Murcielago.
All day, any day. Because that thing is nimble as fuck.
Okay.
And the Murcielago, as nice as that car is and as physics defying as people can make it, excuse me,
It's not this.
it is not as nimble as that.
No.
So the Murcielago will go through a corner at, let's say, 60% speed and be on the edge. That will go through a corner at 99% speed and be on the edge.
Yeah. I think you've said this. If you said this once, you've said it a million times. It's not how much horsepower. It's not how much overall, like how fast you're going. It's how perfect can you take the corner. And that car can take the corner perfectly.
And that is Lotus and Colin Chapman. It doesn't have to have power. It has to be the right car. And the right car is the lightest car that will go around the corner as fast as possible.
And as we're learning in Formula One 2026, these engines might be the best, most efficient they can be. You still need the right tracks. You need the right tracks for the Lotus.
But we talked about this before. Enzo Ferrari had the saying of you put the horse before the cart. He wanted the engine in front. Who turned him around on that?
Sorry, I'm pointing. So I'm assuming Lotus, Colin Chapman?
Colin Chapman's cars. Colin Chapman didn't reach out and be like, oh, Enzo, hey, you got to do this. No. He proved it on the racetrack. My cars aren't as powerful. I don't have as much money. I don't have all the backing that you do. But hey, I've built a car, the engine in the back, I've made it as light as fucking possible, and it's doing better than you are. And Enzo saw that and went, oh, fuck, I don't like it. I'm not going to agree with it, but maybe. And then after he died, Ferrari went, oh, fuck, well, old man Enzo may have been wrong.
Ferrari's a wonderful, a perfect villain for British people.
Yes.
But in a sense, was he ever, like we've talked about this a million times, was he ever that good? No, but they made him the villain to justify their way of doing things, which was good.
Sure.
We'll come back to that conversation, I imagine, a million times.
Yes.
What's number 2?
I'm going to pause for dramatic effect here.
Oh, PP? All right, so number 2.
Number 2. So I have the Nissan R34 GTR.
Fuck, that's the right answer. I didn't even think of that car.
That is the Nissan Skyline, as we know it from Fast and the Furious and all of our pop culture years.
Mm-hmm. Good pick, man. Good pull.
Kaylee and I were talking about this as you walked in the door. The R35, the current Nissan Skyline GTR, which is about to be replaced, is a close second to this one. But this is, according to my list of what's influenced me the most, the R34 GTR.
Yeah. It's in a lot of ways the perfect car. It's light, it's sleek. There's like the new Nissan GTR, yeah, it's aerodynamically very smart, but it seems almost like a boat.
It is very large.
Yeah.
But the R34 kind of fits that Group B mentality. It's a production car that is over-designed.
But I don't want to say over-designed. That's not the right word. Because there's not a... Okay, maybe as an engineer you would see this more, but as an outside admirer, I don't see an incorrect line on this car.
No, over-designed has nothing to do with incorrect. Over-designed is, when you look at what this car was supposed to be, it's a businessman's car.
Huh.
There's a two-door version, and there's a four-door version. The R34 is not a four-door version. The R34 is the two-door version. But I've spent some time in the Cayman Islands, and I'm sure your dad has seen this in the Bahamas as well. There are four-door versions of this car.
I got to ask him that.
They're slightly detuned versions, but the Nissan Skyline has a family car version of it. And it makes its way to the Caribbean because they buy surplus cars. And Japan has rules about emissions and mileage and all this other nonsense, so they end up exporting a lot of this. We can't import them as easily as the Caribbean nations can. So a lot of these less than desirable four-door versions end up there.
Maybe the four-door, yeah. Bahamas has a pesky little rule of a car over 10 years old has to pay like a 50% duty.
Ooh.
That's why we didn't bring the Mini down there, because I was going to drive the Mini down to the Bahamas, which would have been one hell of a road trip.
Yeah. But in Japan, I don't know the actual rules about it, but after a certain mileage, you have to pay a surtax on the engine.
You have said that, yeah.
So that's why a lot of these cars end up getting exported, because it's no longer economically feasible for people to drive them anymore.
Or they hide in a garage in Okinawa until they're ready to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can import them, but in the States they have strict rules on the time it takes to import them, and here as well. So I've got a buddy, actually, Jesse, I think I've mentioned him to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an R33.
What's the difference?
It's the previous generation to this one.
Look at that, John. Look at
No, it's beautiful.
Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, but here.
But because it's an R33, it was easier to import.
Which is weird. Because it's older.
That's exactly why, though. The older a car is, the easier it is to import.
Here.
In Canada, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And in the U.S.
Very weird. That's nice.
But the R33 is a beautiful car.
Very. Arguably even prettier. Arguably.
It's less of a box. It looks a little bit more like the 240s.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I can't argue this in any way. This is well picked.
But this is right up my alley for top three because it's a Nissan. It's a high performance sedan, 4-wheel drive, straight six, turbo, manual.
Coupe.
Yep.
Coupe, not sedan. Yeah.
This is what gets my juices flowing. This and German station wagons, as ridiculous as that sounds. Give me an M4. Give me an M3. What do they call it? Power wagon or some shit like that? Which is what they raced at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring this year.
Yeah, why?
Oh, it did all sorts of things for me, Nick.
Touring.
Yes, the touring.
Oh my God, that looks like Elephant Boy.
No, but They brought a touring car to the Nürburgring, which is not that one. It was basically the M4 GD3 with a touring body. Oh, it made me think unholy things.
It's like a Volvo with Down syndrome. What the fuck are you?
No, but look up the M3 GT3 touring. It was an April Fool's joke that they played, and people got really excited about it, so they did it.
That does sound very German.
Like, look at that.
Okay,
You want
that's
to talk
not
about
bad.
whale tail on a hatchback?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of like the one Verstappen drives. He drives the AMG version of that.
Well, no, he drives the AMG, which is not that.
It
It
has
is
this,
not a touring car.
It's a little longer, I would say.
It is a fastback coupe.
I don't know. It's the only station wagon I'll accept is a Volvo. That,
The V30 or the V40.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, you made me realize my list is useless. I love my list, and still.
But again, this is not about any of us. This is about individuals.
So that was your 2. So I'm doing 2 and 1.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll do 1 first for some reason, because really it's 1A, 1B for me, because like you said, the juices flow. Number 1's the Lamborghini Countach.
That's very interesting. With my number 1.
Okay. This is the last minute. I told you I had a hard time doing my number 1, so I just came to the conclusion that the Lamborghini Countach was on my wall for many years, had many different models of it. It's arguably the prettiest car ever made. Most inspiring car ever made. It's wild. We came from horses. This is horseback. This is a horse in car form. This inspires you to conquer villages. If you saw this coming at your castle, you would be scared.
Very good. Very good way of putting that. Because do you know what Countach is?
No.
I'm not Italian. I don't speak Italian. I don't pretend to speak Italian. But again, the same thing I was watching with the guy that was describing Balboni driving the Murcielago. He goes, Countach is an exclamation in Italian. It's like oh my God. Like, and something is so breathtaking. That's what Countach is.
I didn't know that. I assumed it was like all Lamborghinis named after a Spanish horse because of
Bulls.
the Matadors. Or bulls, yes, yeah. What is there to say? It's beautiful. It's sleek. The spoiler's perfect. The front end is beautiful. The rear end is perfect. This is a woman you see walking around these days in like gym wear, long blonde hair, perfect tits. Okay, well, yeah,
Rather obtuse, Nick.
yeah. Okay, well, just picture it. Picture your woman, the woman of your dreams in sportswear these days. The modern woman. That's what it is.
I don't think that does justice. I think that your description of it is too crude for what the Countach is.
That's fair. Okay, so let's go back in history then. It's Winona Ryder in the early 90s.
No.
Sigourney Weaver in Alien.
No, fuck no.
Let's think about this.
The Countach, as aggressive as it is a lot more classy than any of those.
So what woman would describe that? The girl
Here's
in,
something controversial. Why does it need to be a woman?
Is it Christian Bale in American Psycho?
Interesting.
Okay, if it's not a woman, then what's like the sleek male version?
Why does it have to be anthropomorphized?
Is it just its own thing, is what you're saying?
Yes. But at the same time, could it be Pedro Pascal?
No. Doesn't need to pretend like it needs to hold on and fondle a woman's breast to feel good about itself.
Have you seen Pedro Pascal?
He's a fucking weirdo. He's a perv. Okay, anyway.
Maybe because you don't understand what's happening, Nick.
Maybe I don't watch many things with Pedro Pascal, so he's not.
I'm just saying.
Russell Crowe in Gladiator, how about that?
Interesting. I will give you that one.
Russell Crowe, if you're listening, come on this podcast and just talk for hours.
Walking through the fields.
Yeah, there you go. The Spaniard.
There you go. Interesting. Very few have I seen in black like you're looking at right now. But I will say the Countach is, again, as a Lamborghini fan, the Countach is one of those cars.
Yes.
And there is a thing that Countach owners do where the Lamborghini V12 is so well balanced that you can take a quarter and stand the quarter on the head of the engine, and it is so well balanced that the quarter will stand.
Like vertical.
Yes.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. That is pinnacle of engineering.
This is the one car where you don't need a spoiler. Well, where I will Sean Medeiros myself.
And it looks better.
It looks better, and it needs to be in white. That's the poster I had as a kid.
Mine was the red, but yes, the white is acceptable.
God, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's inspiring. It's fast. It's killer. It's a cool car.
And this is one time that Lamborghini was at its pinnacle when it was owned by Chrysler.
Oh, it was owned by Chrysler at this point.
At this point.
I-
It's been owned by Chrysler a couple times, but this is one of the points where it was well known.
Look at this. Countach in burnt orange.
No. Can't be done. It's blasphemy.
Ugh, I can't even see it. Anyways, point is, not as bad as I thought it would be. Maybe the Mira. All right, that's number one. It's inspiring. It's everything I want in a car. It's a car I may never drive in my life. It will cost me millions of dollars that I won't have, but I want it. And that's, to me, what cars should be. And I said number one first because number two, to me, for some reason, checks all those boxes, and it shouldn't. The Jaguar XFRS.
Oh, the V12.
Is
Yes.
Let's look at it. A four-door sedan.
Oh, no, that might not be the right one. No, that's definitely not the V12. Never mind. That's not the car I was
You might be
thinking
thinking of like the F-Type or something like that. But to me, this is like if I could drive my family around everywhere.
of. That's the supercharged V8. Yeah.
Yes. Look at that. Mm-hmm. In typical Jaguar fashion, it's not the best. It's not the fastest. It's not anything. It's not perfect. It's a Jaguar. And you love it.
Mm-hmm.
You love to look at it, and it's so cool. It's a Jag, as Jeremy Clarkson.
Jag. I was thinking the XJs.
Oh no, I would never touch an XJ. I don't know why I hate the XJ.
I would fuck with an XJ all day long.
It's too long. The XFRS.
It's got a V12 in it. How short do you want it to be?
I don't need the V12. I'll take the supercharged V8.
Nick, no one needs a V12. You drive a V12 because you are better than everybody else. This is what George Russell would drive if he was smart enough to drive a Jaguar V12.
What year XJ is that?
Anywhere from 1972 to 1992.
Okay, yeah. So the modern XJ is the abomination known to man. But yeah, okay, an older XJ, I can accept that.
Because Jaguar is smart enough to not build V12s anymore. These are terrible cars, but you have to drive one.
This is an engineer's car right here. No, okay, I shouldn't say that. Like in the engineer's car.
I have a very funny story about Jaguar and designing and engineering. But finish just...
No, that's all I was going to say. Like, this is the cool, like, all the coolest engineers go here, and they fuck everything up, like you said. Like, the engineers find problems that they didn't need. But they create these beautiful cars.
Yeah.
Like the 2026 F1 cars. They're gorgeous. They're horrible.
So I worked for a company a very big Canadian company, that does cooling systems, water pumps. And we had a project for Jaguar, which is Jaguar Land Rover. They're one company. And you look at this water pump and you're like, okay, it's a water pump. Die cast, bearing, pulley, whatever. And then you take a second look at it and you're like, that's a little subjective. What's going on here? And you look at a couple other Jaguar programs, you're like, there might be a pattern here. And you go back and look at the original pump and you're like, there's two and it grows a little bit and it shrinks back down. And you're like, that is definitely a woman's physique.
They're designing their parts to look like hot women.
I'm just saying, there's very much hips, buttock, thigh, and a pulley in the middle of it.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah.
So they're in on the joke,
Yes.
which makes it even cooler.
Which is also very British.
They'd rather be mid-level and be in this group that they understand than do the right thing. That does sound very British.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I got nothing else to say. I think that's it. Those two cars, like, I want this car. Before I die, I do want the Jaguar XFRS. I've sent you many pictures of them for sale, and you're like, come on, man, it's as is, don't do it. I might still do it.
Well, okay, let me rephrase this. You absolutely could have the skill set needed to own one of those cars, but you have to accept that you need to do something with them. Paying people to work on these cars is expensive.
Yeah.
Doing the work yourself is time consuming. Which would you prefer?
To my daughter, if you're listening, years from now.
This is why you don't have a father.
No, I was going to say, let's do this together.
Oh, that's nicer. I like that one.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, like, then I'll buy it if she shows the aptitude for this.
I had a cousin, one of my dad's cousins, who unfortunately died too early, but worked for Coventry. And he worked on these cars.
Wow.
Land Rovers, Jaguars. This was his thing. And he knew I was a car guy, so we'd always talk about cars. And he would say, like, these things are terrible, but we buy them because people don't want to pay the money for them. So we buy them, we fix them, and we sell them for more.
Wow.
If you know how to work on them, yes, they're a pain in the ass, but you can do it. They're no harder to work on than anything else, but you have to be willing to put the work in.
There's a wonderful line in Atlas Shrugged where they talk about Francisco d'Anconia, who's the well-groomed, he's going to be the aristocrat type of thing. He's like a long lineage of great blood, right? And he's playing with an old car in a junkyard. And they go, what is an aristocrat doing? He should be learning about the great economies of the world. Should be learning about history. You should be learning about industry. And he says, while he's playing with this car, what do you think I'm doing?
Exactly.
And I say that to myself, to you, and to my daughter if she ever listens to this. Let's find a junk, crappy Jaguar. Let's work on it together. Even if it never starts, we will learn more about the world in that Jaguar than anything else.
And this brings me to this morning. I went to pick up the Celica this morning, and my dad was complaining because he put a new battery in the car last year. And he went to start it yesterday, and it didn't start. So he was like, well, if you put a new battery in, it's not the fucking battery. Something else is going on. So I get there this morning, 7:40 in the morning. He's like, do you have a multimeter? Yeah, okay. So whatever. Fucking multimeter's dead. So he puts a new battery in it. We get it hooked up. And the thing's jumping around from 13 volts to 16 to 18 to 20 to 13 to, all over the place. He's like, oh, what does that mean? It's like, well, your fucking idle's rough. So, yeah, the alternator's not doing what it should be because fucking RPM's all over the place. But these are the moments, right? Because my dad thinks he's top shit because he's been working on cars since the 60s. But he doesn't know what a fucking alternator should put out. Yeah. I go take a multimeter to my car at idle, it's going to show me 15 volts, 14.7 across the board. Because it's tuned to do exactly that all the time. This car from 1985 that doesn't have a computer on it and is just bouncing around trying to stop itself from stalling, yeah, it's going to bounce around. Okay, well, alternator's working. That's what that tells me. But these are the moments that you have to know enough about what you're doing to pass it down so that the next generation can learn more to school you 20 years from now.
That's the premise of Blade 2. With
not where I thought that was going.
Norman Reedus and what was his name?
Wesley Snipes?
No, the white guy.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reed, the old man.
Oh, Chris Christopherson.
There you go. That's exactly the premise, right? Like Norman Reedus, he's like, you don't understand this, and Norman Reedus is like, I do. I'm just using different tools.
And this is an insight to Nick's mind, guys, because I would not have gone to Blade 2 for that.
Yes, you would have, probably. It's something I've learned recently. It's just you don't treat the symptoms, you treat the interior.
You're just learning this?
Shut up. What's your number one car?
You ready for this, Nick?
Not with how this has gone, I'm not ready.
Are you sure? Because we've talked about this before. I feel like this is probably the most predictable thing you and I have talked about.
Lamborghini Miura.
Thank you. Which year?
Let me think about this. 73.
Oh, so close.
72.
72. 1972 Lamborghini Miura SV.
Look that up.
Jean Todt has one.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. It is the prettiest car to have ever existed, bar none. I will accept no substitutes. Longitudinal V12.
Explain that.
Instead of running front to back, it runs side to side. Behind the driver. So it has an obnoxiously long front end for no reason whatsoever. There is nothing in that front end.
It's the Tesla.
It is
Tesla
a
of its time.
240Z built by Italians,
That's, yeah.
right? You can see it, right?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
No door handles. It's a push button. You put the key in, you turn, you push the thing, door pops open. Not Lamborghini doors. They're normal doors. This is the prettiest car you can have in 1972, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of the highest performing cars. And consistently, one of the most valuable cars in the world.
Yeah.
If Ferruccio Lamborghini set out to build the best car he could, this is what he would have built.
Was he dead at this point?
No, he would have been alive. But like,
That's a crocodile. That's a crocodile. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That is the alpha.
an apex predator.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get you. That is, in my opinion, the pinnacle of automotive engineering. In 72, nobody was doing longitudinal engines, let alone a V12. There are 12 carburetors on that car. Each one of them had to be tuned to do what it does. It is rear-wheel drive, which the engine is over top of the axle, so the transmission is built into it. It's a transaxle, which at that time was not novel, but was difficult. Leather interior, 6-speed, gated, the whole 9 yards. Like, this was a proper car. And we're talking about a handful of them were built because, of course, they're built by hand. There's something about that car that is, to me, the best we could have ever done. There have been attempts to do modern versions of it, and they look nice, but they always fail. Because this is what Top Gear is talking about passion and soul. And when we wanted to build cars properly, this is what we got.
The Lotus Elise, I think, came closest.
Yes, you're looking at it now, and the body of it all is the same. But this is what happens when you have British people trying to reproduce.
Yes. It's close, but it's not the best.
No.
The hottest British girl will never compare to the hottest Italian girl, unfortunately. Hey, listen, I like
Italians.
tall, leggy blondes, so I should be with the Brits, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a similar conversation I had with my brother-in-law today. We have very differing styles, or very differing tastes, let's say. But there is a certain elegance in what the Lamborghini Miura is.
As a man, you can recognize there's individuality, purity, one of a kind, right?
Yes.
We would all strive for something like that.
Yes.
Wow. I think you're right. That's a conversation for another day. The we need not just the you and I, but like a bunch of people with like a round table. Is it the Lamborghini Miura or is it the Lamborghini Countach?
Without this, the Countach would not be possible.
That's a good point. Because you're absolutely right. Yeah. Which came before?
Because this was a longitudinal V12. The Countach was bigger, which allowed them to put a transverse V12 in it. No, right way around. No, sorry. I'm getting all fucked up here, people. Transverse is what the Miura is. Longitudinal is what the Countach was. So basically, the mirror was, hey, we got the small car, we can't fit a V12 in it. Oh, fuck it, turn it sideways.
Mm.
And then went, holy shit, we can do that. And the Countach was, oh, well, people are okay with bigger cars now, so we're going to build a bigger car, and we're going to put it longitudinal.
Mm.
So without the Mira, nobody would have ever wanted to put a V12 in a compact car. Because before, you always had the V12s, the 16s, whatever, in the front.
Mm.
Thanks to dipshit Enzo there.
Dipshit.
Yeah, I mean, I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Italian, so come at me.
I'm the most anti-Italian Italian you'll ever meet, so you're talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah, you're the self-hating of all the races.
Thank you. If I could create the Nick race, I would. But we'd get into eugenics, and then we'd have an even bigger problem then.
Yeah, there was something about 1933 through 1943.
1939 to 1945 is what you're about to say.
Yeah, sure, why not?
That's what 4 or 5 beers will do to you. This is a wonderful discussion, Sean. Good choice this year on our summer series.
And we got there, so...
And we got there. We might have to revisit this conversation. I'm looking through this, and some of them will have to leave.
Well, we can always get more specific. Like top 10 family cars.
Yeah. Top 10 pickups, top 10 sports cars.
Yep.
We're going to have to leave it there. It's fucking already almost 11:45.
And we're old, so...
All right, everybody. That was our summer series this year. It's a pleasure going down memory lane looking at all these cars. We're going to have to do this in 2 parts again. All
Yeah,
right.
it's better than those awkward 3-cut series you did last time.
It had to be done, unfortunately.
I mean, it didn't have to be so awkward, did it?
Did you want to go through 3 hours of content?
How about like 5 minutes of, hey, next episode coming?
Next episode on its way. No,
There you go. Cut and paste that in between.
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to cut out a whole bunch of stuff here too. We've recorded a lot of episodes. I think we're at episode like 150 already
Is that it?
for 3 years. And at this point, there's times where I'm like, oh man,
Man, Lance Stroll is beating us, Nick.
if we get to the 10-year mark in this podcast, we will be getting millions of views at a time.
I certainly hope so.
I thought that's what we're gonna have to go through, unfortunately. Because
Well-
there's going to be there's times when I'm overworked, like tired, and I'm like, why are we still doing this? But it's conversations like these. That's why we're still doing this.
And spread the word, people, because I'm about to be unemployed myself, so let's do it.
I'm gonna have to probably cut that part out because you had how many beers?
No, keep it in there, because fuck them.
All right. Yeah, there was definitely times today where I thought I'd be unemployed too. So. Yeah. So if we go down, we go down together.
Fuck them all.
Fuck them all. Daniel Ricciardo and what was it? Drive to Survive. When he hits the thing,
Yeah.
it's the whatever that's called. Fuck them all.
Fuck them all.
Danny, Rick, you were dropped unceremoniously. Red Bull should have given you a send off. Red Bull is a fucking, as the Germans call them, an incest company. That doesn't. No, seriously, that was told to me by a German. They're a real company, but they're not real. And they look weird.
But also they're Austrians. That's why the Germans might not like them.
Yeah. Well, the last time the Austrians controlled Germany. Anyway, don't worry about it.
We won't go down there again.
Yeah.
Something about 1939 through 1943.
Yeah, I know. We're both thinking of that Family Guy episode. There's 6 years of your history that's just cut out. 1939, 1945. We were on vacation. All right, everybody. The summer series, a time-honored tradition that will never stop, no matter how hard you guys try to stop us.
We will continue to do it because we're not allowed to do anything F1 related.
Yes, just for those 3 weeks, because we take a break like all F1 teams do. Wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge. I wonder what next year will bring us.
More of the same.
I think we should do a drink champs with cars. We should combine them.
That sounds like DUIs.
Speaking of which, I got to leave, so.
Because he's got an ankle monitor and he's at curfew.
On probation, almost done. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.